good? Oh, thanks, guys. Ain't gonna drink if there's no water in it. There's a drink over there. Go get one over there while I'm filling this one. There, you don't like to get wet, so. Gotta wait till I'm done. All right, there you go. Yeah. Well, at least you're drinking the fresh, clean water. That's my light Brahma rooster. He's almost as big as Gunther.
Which is the turkey.
Yes, Gunther's the tom turkey.
Look at that little seed right next to him.
Yeah.
He's standing on a platform.
But that, I call him Tiny. He's almost as big as these medium turkeys. And that is a light Brahma. There's a hen over here.
And we got them instead of Cornish Rock meat
Yes.
chickens. We're going to eat the Brahmas,
We're going to eat some of the Brahmas, not all of them.
which were the meat chicken back in the day.
Yeah. People raise them for their freezers.
We'll let you
Going
know.
back to the normal standard. Now, this rooster here is also a Brahma, but you can see the difference in the size. He's still got room to grow. Well, both of them do, really.
And the little chickens are the Bantam Seabrights,
Yes, they're the Seabrights.
which we just put on Craigslist today.
So this was me doing chores, feeding and watering the children of the corn. Only these aren't evil children. These are pretty nice little children.
Hey, how old is that little black one compared to that big one? Is that one of the
That black one's one of the little ones we bought.
is that an Austrian?
No, that's
What do you call it?
Artisan Gold.
Okay, Artisan Gold Turkey.
And that little tiny black one getting a drink now is Betty's baby,
Which is not an
which is a heritage breed.
And tell the people that are new to turkeys what's the difference between a heritage breed.
Well, the difference between a heritage breed and a broad-breasted breed is that heritage can breed on their own using any heritage tom with any heritage hen. And well, if you used a heritage tom with a broad-breasted female, you probably could get fertile eggs out of her when she starts laying. But the broad-breasted are too big and heavy to breed, so they have to be artificially inseminated, where heritage breeds can breed on their own. Heritage breeds are like the Artisan Gold, the black Spanish, the bronze, the Royal Palm. There's several other breeds. Buff turkeys, white turkeys, midget whites. But the only ones that you can't breed are the broad-breasted bronze and the broad-breasted white.
And speaking of breeding, one of the reasons you wanted to sell the Seabrights, which I'm the city girl, but we've been married 7 years, is which I don't know why I didn't think of it, but you told me the Seabright Bantams can mate with the big, huge Brahmas.
Yes, the little roosters will try to breed the big hens, and I don't need all those mixed breeds because it'll make the next generation smaller because of the rooster, and I want to use Tiny for my breeding rooster.
So he's staying. He's not dinner.
Yeah, he's the only broad-breasted. Yeah, he's the only Brahma rooster of the light Brahmas I have. The rest are all dark Brahmas, and I have one buff rooster.
Now Brahma is the name of the breed.
Yes.
And Seabright.
Now in the U.S., all you have is the light Brahma, dark Brahma, and buff Brahma. But in Europe, they have the black Brahmas, the blue Brahmas. There's like a yellow Brahma. And I think they're slowly being bred over here, but they're not in the American standard. So if you're showing poultry, you couldn't show them. These three breeds, you could show them if you wanted to. I'm not going to show them. I'm just going to breed them for their eggs and meat.
But we like a good looking bird, so we don't really like mixed breeds. And I didn't know when I first married Clay that chickens can have pedigrees and such.
Oh yeah.
And what's the difference between a bantam and a regular chicken? Why do they call them bantams?
Because they're so small. They're a tiny breed.
They're so cute, but they're really not good for much, but even their eggs are smaller.
Well, they have a good size egg for the size of the chicken they are.
But you wouldn't find their size egg in the grocery store.
No, they'd be considered small. Small eggs.
But now I'm expecting, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, that the bantams will lay huge eggs because they're a bigger bird. Am I right?
The Brahmas.
Or the Brahmas, I'm sorry.
The Brahmas will lay a good size egg, yeah.
Which I like a nice big egg.
They'll be anywhere from medium to large.
So we have a nice assortment in here. We also have guinea fowl, and sometimes the baby turkeys look a lot like the guinea fowl if you're not trained to know the difference. Like if you have a white guinea fowl and a baby white turkey, you have to look twice, at least I do. Now there we have the silver, wait, you're going to say the gray slate turkey, male and female right there, right together. They are
blue slate splashed.
okay,
They
blue.
call it splashed because they have black spots on some of the feathers.
Now this type of turkey lays their own egg and can raise their own babies, but just because you get a set of turkeys, remember they may not lay that first year. It takes them a bit, right?
Well, most hens will lay the first year, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to set or the tom is going to be large enough or old enough to breed. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. Now, Gertrude didn't have any fertile eggs last year, and they have fertile eggs this year.
And we do have a baby from her in here, on baby.
He's on the other side.
Yeah, baby gray slate, like gray splash,
Blue slate.
blue slate. So you can see how beautiful they are. And if you're
Now, blue slate turkeys can have 3 different varieties. They can have black chicks, blue splash chicks, and solid blue. Both of my adults are splashed, but the youngest one doesn't seem to have any splash.
oh, he doesn't. So is he
No.
gray?
He's just, but he could be splashed when he's older. Depends on his next set of feathers when he molts.
Nice looking pair.
Can you hear the guinea hen on the other side? These guinea hens are getting big, these little ones.
And
They're almost as big as the big female we have.
now I do love guinea fowl. Some people don't like them, and you can eat them too. And if you haven't seen a guinea fowl, if one comes close, I'll show it to you. But they almost look like a wild bird, but you can eat them too. Some people feel like they're way too noisy. I like them because
They
are
sound the alarm when there's something bothering them, like a cat or a dog or a fox, or
somebody walks in your yard.
they see somebody strange, they all go off.
We had geese, and I really enjoyed the geese, but they are really loud if you want to do YouTubes.
Well,
Very loud for
the
YouTubers.
Chinese geese are louder than, say, the Emdens. The Emdens usually only honk and squeak when something's bothering them. They make good guard geese.
Clay's not really a waterfowl man.
I used to be. I used to have,
He's had them all, but he prefers the chickens. And
I had like 20 geese that ran the yard, and people were afraid to get out of their cars.
yeah, geese you don't want to turn your back on. I like waterfowl, but when you're starting to butcher and put them in the freezer camp, there's no comparison to the turkeys and the chickens,
My dad had
I think.
a large stack of plywood and boards that stood about 4 feet off the ground, stacked up, and we were in having dinner or something. I can't remember exactly. We were eating or some lunch or dinner, and we kept hearing, "Help! Help! Help!" The geese surrounded a guy, and he had to climb up onto the plywood to get away from them. He's up on top of the plywood, and the geese are all surrounding the stack of plywood and wood.
And if you get
Wouldn't
pinched,
let him down.
if you get pinched by a goose, you will remember.
Well, they don't just grab you and pinch; they grab onto you and then they twist, and it'll leave a bruise on you, pretty good size. If
You don't want to turn your back on a goose. That's for sure.
well, it depends. I never had a problem with the geese I had. I brought them up as from babies, so they knew who I was. So they never
The last geese we had, though, pinched me before.
did they.
Yeah, I got pinched.
They
It
don't.
hurts.
They only pinch the ones that they're not used to.
But I do like waterfowl. I wouldn't mind trying a Muscovy duck sometime, but we'll see how things go. This year we're still can't catch up. We talked a little bit about a goat, but then today I turned to my husband and I said, I don't want a goat because I don't want to be chasing animals I can't handle. And if I can't, it might be kind of hard to catch a goat. But I mean, they're cute. And Clay's had goats, you know, but at this stage in our lives, I think we're not going to do any goats.
Not doing any goats, ducks, or geese. I'm done with that.
We're just going to do,
Chickens and turkeys,
Yeah.
and maybe some rabbits.
look at them all up there on top of that
Well,
pen.
they filled their bellies and now they're going to rest.
They want their they go up in the air. And if you're going to catch a chicken, Clay's taught me a lot. You get them at night when they're on the roost. You don't chase them around during the day, right? Just wait till they're all on the roost.
Well, unless you got a hook.
Yeah, if you get a hook. Clay can just reach down and grab them. I'm getting good at it too, though. I'm pretty good about grabbing them.
Those guinea hens are pretty good about eating them bugs too.
Oh yeah, there's a guinea fowl right there. I like them. I'm discussing with Clay about putting one on the table.
Not one of these.
No, these are too little. But see how next to the feeder we got turkey over there, we got guinea fowl, you know, and if they're white, it's hard. There's like, that's a white guinea fowl there, and there's a turkey coming by. They look kind of similar.
Well, when they're all the same size, they might have. Now you can tell the difference.
Yeah. And see that fine line in that one female Brahma? I don't know if you can see it. That one.
The one walking away.
Yeah. She's got some.
They're like pencil feathers. They call that pencil.
And this girl here, I think she's first on the list for freezer cramp. She is a mean one. So
Ooh, Betty, yeah.
So she even fought the dog.
Wilma's
one time.
just as bad.
Oh, is she? One day she got real mad at the dog. We got chickens before we had Storm that we got rid of because they were too mean to the dog. But we let Branch in the back where our other dog was just to kind of play, and he kept jumping over the fence, so we decided that's not a good idea. But Betty did not like it at all. Betty the black turkey, oh, she did not like it. But Branch, I thought he would enjoy going back there where we were sitting here, and got too much hound or something on him. So we jumped the fence. He likes to be with us, so I just keep him on the leash out here. Which he's right here, aren't you, babe? Sitting with us today, which is why Larry's not here, because he's here. I was wondering why Larry the cat wasn't over here. Then I realized Branch is with me. Our dog's name is Branch. There's another guinea fowl.
That's what they call lavender. Because of the blue-gray color.
Are they pretty?
Our oldest guinea hen is a coral blue.
Yeah, which I love that one. They were old. We got them at the auction, and
Yeah.
some of them died right up. It was kind of sad because usually we've gotten sick animals from the auction and we've made them better. And this time around, they just were selling old animals. Happens all the time.
So you just have to be careful on what you buy.
Yeah, you got to be a little seasoned. They'll put an egg in with a rooster.
Yeah, you got to know what you're doing.
You gotta know. I love the day I was there and some guy had a whole bunch of geese and he goes, I just caught these up at the pond this morning. They weren't Canadian geese, they were just some kind of geese. I just got tickled at it. We look forward to the auction. That's our Christmas, I always say. Farmers, that's what we like to do. And freeze. This will freeze. I pray that, guys, pray it's warm on auction day in October. I always bring blankets and chairs. If you've never been to an auction and you don't know where you're going, pretend you're going to a really long football game that lasts like all day. And we bring blankets, blankets, hats, coats, food. Because we don't like to eat at the auction because everyone's handling animals. So they have food sometimes, but you're touching animals and then you're touching, So
the women in the food thing.
They're not doing it. It's just that, you yourself might be, but we always bring sanitizer and just careful what we bring to eat that day.
There's the buff rooster.
Where is he?
Doorway.
Oh, there he is.
He's starting to get some size to him now.
Show yourself, boy. Come on down.
He's the only buff rooster we got. We got 4 or 5 hens.
There comes the hen right now.
We lucked out pretty good with the...
He's drinking that water.
Oh.
We gotta clean that water dish.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I cleaned it out last night before we went in, but it's got a few leaves in there, so I'm going to spray it out.
Okay.
That's why I gave them the fresh water.
Well, they have fresh water over there. And inside and all around, but that's just a pan. Hey, did you empty the dog water out?
Where?
On the back porch?
Did yesterday because it was getting kind of nasty.
Oh, was that? Yeah.
Cats were drinking it, so I dumped it.
I just
When
wondered.
it had rain, I figured it. Or at least give them a little fresh water.
Yeah. Usually I fill it like every day, but I just noticed it was all gone, and I said, what happened? Well, they get leaves and...
Well, the cats come out here and drink out of this too. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. We try to keep everything...
They know where the water is.
And we have one bucket that we don't empty out, and we didn't do it this year, but we didn't have any problems with it either, because we put goldfish in it. That's how you keep, like, if you have to have something...
If you have standing water
If
anyway.
you have to have standing water. But we have that under the eaves for the bees, and we change it out, but we put goldfish in there so that, keep it clean. Which is what we'll probably do with this next year. You know what I mean? Put some goldfish in there. Well, the cats will probably go crazy catching them, but they're 22 cents. What are they? Feeding fish.
Feeder goldfish.
Yeah, you don't have to go buy a $8 goldfish like I did before for your kid. Just buy a feeder fish.
Well, if you've got a water tank,
they get big, don't
if
they?
If you got a rain barrel, you can put them in that, and it keeps the mosquitoes want to lay their eggs in the water, so the goldfish eat the mosquito larvae.
Yeah, that's why we do it. We just keep all that kind of stuff out, and we just have goldfish.
Because they'll fill them standing water with larvae.
Yeah, so we don't ever want standing water. We just always take care of that stuff. But goldfish are so cheap, and then you get the fun of watching them and everything. But if you have cats, you gotta watch. When my son was little, I bought him a beautiful big goldfish, and I woke up in the morning, we had pure white carpets, and there was an orange spot on the ground, and no goldfish. And I realized my cat got him. Poor little goldfish. Feels so bad. But it happened. Well, babe, we've been on here for 25 minutes. Are you hungry?
Not really.
You want some more of that hot soup?
No.
I made spicy chicken soup. Well, anyway, I guess we'll go inside. Are you hungry, though?
Not right this minute, no.
Okay. I guess we'll go inside. I think I might make some cinnamon toast. I want something kind of sweet. I'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll
make honey butter toast.
Well, I can make honey toast too. Maybe the feeling might leave too. Honey from my own bees. And I helped.
I've got to clip them weeds down so I can get to the bees.
Yeah, over there. I showed them in the video earlier, the weeds.
Them weeds are as high as the barn.
I know it. It's
I
a
got so many
jungle
weed.
out
I
here.
got so many weed jobs to do now.
It's a jungle out here.
I did the rose bushes and rose mounds in the front. Got them all cleaned up.
I had fun videoing it so we could look back and laugh.
Yeah, well, those weeds were pretty high too. They were taller than me.
So everybody must have the feeling. I have my neighbor next door is not mowing his garden at all, which I don't care because live and let live. You know, I like it because I like the woods all around me. But anyway, well, I guess with that, I am getting a little hungry. Maybe I'll make honey toast instead. Do you want some honey toast?
Yeah, maybe honey butter.
Oh, honey butter. Okay.
Yeah, or honey peanut butter.
There's no peanut butter. We ate it for breakfast.
How dare you?
We both ate
Eat
it.
all that peanut butter.
I know. He yells at me for
I yelled at her because she made
peanut butter
peanut
fudge.
butter fudge.
And I said, well, you drink all that
I
Clamato.
said, don't waste all the peanut butter.
And I said, that's my, it's like, you know, I don't know if you saw that movie that says, here's my $2. I said, that's where my $2 says.
And I'll remind you when you ask for that $2.
Yeah, that's my peanut butter. But he likes Clamato. He likes other things, and I like my peanut butter jar. All I ate for 2 days was peanut butter fudge. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I didn't want to gain any weight.
I don't need all that extra sugar, and I don't like peanut butter fudge.
Yeah, but once in a while, I just get in the mood. But then I can't eat anything for 2 days with peanut butter fudge, and then I don't make it for a long time. Okay, so if you are here all the way to the end, make a secret word. The secret word today is peanut butter fudge. So, okay guys, sometime I'll leave you my recipe. It's really easy. Okay guys, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.